Good day to you all. Today you'll hear about the top 10 reasons why students might fail in their first college semester. Hello, my name is Terry Armstrong. As an administrator in the California Community College System for 25 years, as well as a college counselor and advisor for 15 years both in California and Nevada, I've seen many students fail and have talked with them about what happened. Results of these conversations with students, coupled with a review of the research on this topic, has led to these top 10 reasons. This top 10 list is not meant to scare you, but to prepare you for college. With that being said, let's move on to the number 10 reason why students might fail in their first college semester. The notion that I'm in college now and have a lot of free time to hang with my friends, or better yet, my Xbox or PlayStation. The notion of college students having a great deal of free time can be dangerous and is a myth. But it comes from the fact that in high school, students are pretty much on lockdown between 30 to 33 hours per week, as opposed to in college when students are taking 12 to 15 units or 4 to 5 classes that only consume 12 to 15 hours per week. So if one subtracts 15 hours per week from the 33 in high school, one comes up with 18 hours that can then be misconstrued as free time. If those 18 hours are not used for studying, that is, reading textbooks, completing homework, writing papers, studying for exams, reviewing lecture notes, etc., this is a major reason why students can fail in their first college semester. With the proliferation of online classes, this perception of free time can even become more pronounced and more dangerous. Number 9, I was not prepared for the speed of the game. In this athletic metaphor, I'm talking about academics at college. In high school, most classes are 36 weeks long. In college, each class is 15 to 16 weeks long. And in the college classes, instructors will most often cover more material than they did in your comparable 36-week high school class. So this calculates to about 2.5 times faster than a high school class. It's really critical to understand this prior to a student's first day of college. It's like hopping on a treadmill already going 20 miles per hour, but you didn't know it. You need to be ready to go on day one of college and hop on that academic treadmill at full sprint. Number 8, failure to plan, educationally planning with counselors or advisors, is planning for failure. That's a quote by the famous Benjamin Franklin. Academic advisors can help students get off to a great start by talking about the differences between high school and college, or showing them this video. Whether meeting with a counselor advisor individually or as a part of a group orientation and or educational planning sessions, advisors can really help students get off to a great start in college, developing a plan through the achievement of their academic goals. Individual meetings with counselors or advisors can really help students create either semesterly or comprehensive educational plans to most efficiently move through their courses and make it more likely for students to achieve their goals. Number 7, the notion that I'm only in school 12 to 15 hours per week, or I'm only taking online courses, so I can work full time. And I'll often say, no, you can't. And my response is based on the number of hours students are in class and the homework ratio. The standard ratio suggests that for every hour a student is in class, whether in person or online, students need to plan an average of 2 additional hours per week of homework. Therefore, if students are enrolled in 15 units, they will be attending classes 15 hours per week, and they need to plan for 30 hours of homework per week. So again, a 15-unit semester requires approximately a 45-hour per week commitment. Hence, it is not feasible to work full-time and go to school full-time. There are just not enough hours in the day. Number 6, I did not use the free counseling and academic advising services. Research has identified counseling and advising to be probably the most impactful service on a student's success in college. Counselors advisors are trained to help students navigate the sometimes complex world of educational planning and provide students with the most efficient educational plans that make it much more achievable. Such plans tend to offer kind of that motivating light at the end of the tunnel effect and along with the encouragement from the advisor, have been identified as two of the most important services academic counselors and advisors provide. Use these incredible services at least one semester to update and to plan future. Number 5, I didn't realize the amount of time I need to spend on homework to be successful. I hear this very statement way too often. As previously mentioned, homework for college courses requires on average 2 hours per week for every hour a student is in class. Since most students take 12 to 15 units again in their first semester, this means a total commitment of 36 to 45 hours per week necessary to be successful. Number 4, lack of sleep, poor nutrition. When I've used this top 10 list in orientation courses, or when I've used them in orientation courses in the past, I've always asked how many students here get 8 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Consistently 10%. As I've told athletes, there are 2 critical reasons to get the recommended amount of sleep. 1, sleep helps students consolidate information acquired over the course of the day. And if college does nothing else, it demands that students acquire, absorb, and recall knowledge. Number 2, being an athlete is really physically demanding and straining, and sleep helps their bodies to physically recover, which is important to increasing strength and endurance and also to injury prevention. Another contributor to poor sleep habits, and many of you will not want to hear this, are video games, which have become incredibly realistic, violent, and cortisol producing. Too much cortisol, especially late at night, can significantly disrupt the sleep cycle, since it can sometimes take several hours for cortisol to exit our system. One student athlete did have a great suggestion after this discussion. He contacted me later and said he and his buddies decided to stop playing video games at night and instead wake up early to play. He said this did 2 things for him. He studied in the evening, which tired him, and he began to sleep better. And number 2, the video games woke him up in the morning like a stiff cup of coffee, making him ready to go to school. Poor nutrition. To keep your body and mind at peak performance, a nutritious diet is just critical. You are who you eat. You are what you eat, I should say. Doctors and other healthcare professionals can help you design a diet for your peak performance. Now I'm going to hop on my soapbox to discuss another controversial subject, and that's energy drinks. If you're using them, please stop it. You only need to read the ingredient labels to see they are a massive pool of chemicals that are extremely unhealthy. Rule of thumb, if you can't pronounce the ingredients, you may want to consider not consuming it. These drinks have been shown to potentially have extremely harmful impacts on people's health. Moreover, these drinks, which generally contain large quantities of sugar and caffeine, among other stimulants, can severely interfere with the sleep cycle. If you need stimulation, the traditional forms of caffeine in coffee and tea can not only be beneficial, but healthful in moderation due to their antioxidant properties. Okay, number 3, I didn't apply for financial aid. Sometimes students are not either not aware or believe that they won't be eligible for financial aid from the federal government or even from the local college. We always recommend that students apply for the FAFSA, FAFSA.gov, G-O-V. If students are eligible for free money for school, they can often work fewer hours, which makes it more feasible to be a full-time student and then progress through their academic goal quickly. Some states like Nevada and California offer incoming freshman residents free tuition for several semesters, and one of the requirements is that students must apply for the FAFSA, whether they are eligible for it or not. Always check with your college and its financial aid office to find out if there are free tuition options beyond federal financial aid. Number 2, I didn't attend my classes regularly, or I didn't attend to my online classes on a regular basis. You'll soon find out that many instructors may not even take attendance and do not care if you attend class or not. They put complete responsibility for learning the class material on you, and if you miss a class, they may not be compelled to help you acquire the information you missed. As previously discussed with in-person classes, you're only required to attend 12 to 15 hours per week. Don't miss class. College is all about acquiring information. If you're not there, You cannot learn important information. At times, instructors actually may have attendance requirements. And if a student fails to comply, for example, if he or she misses more than 5 class sessions for any reason, an instructor can and will drop you without notification or conversation. This can be devastating and have impacts on students' financial aid, athletic eligibility, and emotional health. Again, do the simplest thing possible: attend class. With online classes, often instructors will give students an assignment on the first day of the class, which is when your online class will be available for you to view, and give you 1 or 2 days to complete that first assignment. If you don't, you could be dropped from the class. On the first day of school, log into all of your online classes, read the instructor introduction, the syllabi with important dates and deadlines. Do not get behind. Proper attendance in online classes requires that you print out deadlines and know when all assignments are due. And the number one reason why students fail in their first college semester, I'm going to give you a minute to think about what that might be. Maybe you know the answer. I will say that only 3 students in the last 15 years of many orientation classes I've taught, which includes about 1,200 students, only 3 students have come up with the correct reason. And here it comes. You ready? Bam! And that's the truth. Again, this video is not meant to scare you, but to prepare you. You can do this. And I hope this will help you get off to a great start, or if you're already a college student, might help you change some of the ways you approach college and become even a more effective student. Okay, y'all, take care. Best of luck in college.